morning, YouTubers, Gunners, subscribers. I'm fresh out of bed, and I'm here at the body shop. We're gonna go inside. We're gonna have a little preview on the body work of Kobe. But yeah, that's how we're starting off this vlog. I look like sleep, right? I have to look over here to see if I look like sleep. Yeah, I look a little bit like sleep. Gotta grind, man, gotta grind. Let's start the vlog. Keep gunning. All right, now. All right, guys. All right, guys. All right. All right, so. All right, guys. Yep, all right, guys. All right, so. Okay, boys. You got something to say, 40?
Yeah. Hi.
Sorry if I sound a little muffled. I got my mask on. Go check these guys out. Mi gente de juice. Sorry, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing?
Yo.
You guys joking around over here? So what's up, Zeus? This is the biggest dent we had?
Yeah, this is the biggest dent the car had, and it actually pulled right out. You know, Carlito was able to pull it right out here and here. Now he just has a little bit more grinding, and then on we go with the polyester.
Nice. Nice. So that's basically the worst part of the car.
Yeah.
This side.
Yeah.
You guys started there already?
Yeah.
Awesome. This is gonna look great. Work in progress, man. Work in progress. My boy Ben blessed this bead right here. Hold on. Let me try to give him some love. Okay, Ben. So Ben stopped by yesterday. Unfortunately, he came a little too late, so he started on this side here. He's gonna finish up today. He literally lives right up the street. And then that's it. Continuing to do the body work. We ordered the new tags for the car, so they're gonna peel those off and put fresh ones. But yeah, progress, man, progression. They work on everything here. I'm excited. Let's get to the garage. Okay, guys, back at the garage. I got this setup going here. So I want to get this sent to powder coating, but I don't want to cut it after it's powder coated. So we all know that when you cut this, because we're going to put a relocator kit on this, right? So we all know that you have to cut this for basically RBCs sometimes to fit, and, well, not RBCs, basically skunk manifolds to fit, especially Ultras. So I took out the breather here. We don't need this, we don't use it. So it's a 17. I'm going to take this line out first and then shave it down. So I set it up on the lift, because I got too much gear stuff back there. I didn't want to get all the aluminum on it. And then from here, I can just hose off the aluminum out of here. So I set it up like this. I'll scribe it, and I'll show you guys how I'm cutting it. So we cut it off the top right here. You take out this entire section. Don't worry about this bolt threading back here. Now I'll switch the blade on the cutter, and then I'll just try to get this as flat as possible. But basically that's about it. Try to cut, you know, on both sides, and then you could just bang it off, because it's going to be a little hard to cut it fully through the disc. So I'll swap out the blade real quick, and then we'll grind this flat. Okay guys, so I sanded this down as flat as I can with the grinder. And now I switched the disc over to the sander. And I'm going to try to get this as flat as possible and make it look as clean as possible. And that's done. That's it. Cleaned it up, got rid of that thread that was coming out of here. Flattened it as much as I can. So when it's time to put on the manifold, the clearance will be good. So you see this little height right here difference? I'm going to just clean this little edge up right here. And this water pump is ready for powder coating. So it's real, you know what? Whenever you get a relocator kit, I always suggest to do this. And it makes it honestly look cleaner in the engine bay. So, you know, they'll do their thing at the powder coating place. They'll clean it up real well. But it came out real good. Came out really, really good. Not bad. Water pump is ready. Honestly, guys, we are literally running out of stuff to do. We're about to do the oil pump. We're sitting here waiting for the 4-piston B-Series motor, the Killer B motor. We've literally sent everything to powder coat. So I'm thinking right now, me and Trappy's going to pull out the Kobe short block and start doing the oil pump. Put the windage tray on. Just get some kind of... we got to keep moving. We're running out of work. Motor's out over here. So we'll flip it over. Start getting it ready. A little extra jizz, Trappy. A little extra jizz. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a fresh oil pan. So I'm not really worried about that. No, I just want to clean under here whatever was left, and then start getting the 4-piston oil pump on. The best in the business, the best, I promise you. Now I left two bolts for the oil pan, just so we didn't get no paint inside. Got my bolts on the other table here. That guy's out. Okay. I'll leave him here and clean up this surface. But I already plugged in that oil galley there with a 12mm nut. So that's all set. Now, what I want to do is I just want to set up the oil pump. I just want to set up the oil pump now, so that when the cylinder head shows up, we're literally just spending maybe an hour on it. And just putting the cylinder head on, torquing it. Maybe we'll put the head studs on today too. And just leave the head gasket to the side. But we'll get that surface cleaned up there. Everything's nice. We're gonna need the gear, Trappy. The crank gear. I'll put that guy in there. So first thing I'm going to do now is install the windage tray. Now when you're doing a 2420, I've explained this numerous times. This is the guy right here. That's the part number you need. Screenshot it. There it is. K20 windage tray, ladies and gentlemen. It's definitely needed when you're doing something like this, when you're doing the oil pump swap. We'll pop this sucker open, close that, and go like this. So you've got 6 10mm that hold the windage tray, the little short stubby ones. I cleaned them off. We got these little short guys here. Of course, whenever you want to show something. Those guys right there. I wiped them down. They don't look completely new, but they're going to get the job done. So we get our 6 10mm bolts in. I've covered this Trappy at least 5 times on my channel already. But you know what? We always get new subscribers, and sometimes it's hard to direct people to videos, so you might as well just keep doing it until everyone can do their own stuff.
This
Now,
is our norm anyways.
huh?
This is our norm anyways. Those are the ones we always do.
Yeah. This is what we're basically known for, is doing K-series stuff. 10 millimeter, nice and easy. We'll tighten the rest by hand. Barely on the trigger. Get a 3/8 ratchet. Tighten that puppy down. I don't have one here, Trappy. Need a 3/8 ratchet. 3/8 ratchet. And just hand tight. I don't know the exact torque spec on this. I'll be honest with you, I'd be lying. I just go hand tight. After a while, man, your hand almost becomes like a torque wrench when you're doing this for a while. So just making sure it's snugged up, it's tight. No thread lock needed here. I know some people will ask, hey, do you think you should thread lock it? Absolutely not. You do not need to thread lock down there. So I should cut this clip short. I'm going to cut open my oil pump and we'll get right back to this clip. Okay, boys and girls, 4-piston ported oil pump. Now, why do you buy this? Why is it so expensive? Inside, they do their whole little shabazz and they port it and then they cut it out for you. It's already done here instead of dealing with that issue. And it's high flowing too, so it's much stronger. It's much better. You get more oil pressure, which is always a good thing. Let's put it on. If I didn't get a hookup this year with 4-piston, like as far as sponsorship, but we have a great relationship. But if you do need an oil pump and you need a good price on it, you can just always get it through Tri-State. They'll take care of you. I'm going to put this gear on here onto the crank. It should fall into place with this pin here. Right there. Right. I'm going to sit this guy around right there for now. I'm going to get my chain. Now when you're dealing with your oil pump chain, it needs to be a K20. Part number's coming up, boys. You need this part number. It'll get there. There it is. You need this part number for the oil pump chain. So throw that there. It doesn't matter as far as aligning this. There's no like specific dots on it or anything. So we tilt this guy forward this way. We grab it onto the teeth. Put him back over here. Get this guy going. There's no tension. Should still be loose because we have to put the guides on it. Okay. Rubber mallet. Get that guy down. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. That's good. That's money. Right there. Now, we have our 12 mil on both ends. So the longer one obviously goes here. Bring that down there. Shorter 12 goes here. I'm going to snug them up with the gun. And then we've got 110 that goes right here. I'm going to tighten this one by hand and then go get the ratchet. Again, you don't got to kill these bolts. Hand tight. That's finished. We've got a 12. Finished. Finished. Oil pump is on. Now, how we finish that up is part number coming up, boys. Right there. It'll come. Bear with it. There it is. So you need this part number. This is the K20 guide. Chain, oil pump chain guide. Right? So now, we're going to get the hex keys. I'll put this sucker on like this. You see me? We're good. Trappy, I need this Allen. I think it's a 4. Please. I believe it's a 4 mil. Put that guy right there. So oil pump, right? So when we think about oil pump, we think about K20, Type S, K20, RSX Type S, all right? What does it involve? K20 oil pump chain, K20 oil pump, K20 oil pump chain guide. And then we've got the other guy on the other end. Let me see if it's, yeah, it should be a 4. No, a little bit bigger. Should be a 5 or a 6. Nope, it's a 5. This guy here will tighten by hand. No gun needed. Done. Done. Do I recommend you torque it? You got the time. If you're not, you know, if you haven't really done it too many times and you want to be precise, yeah, torque it. But you're talking about maybe what, 10, 11 pounds, Trappy?
Yeah, 15 max.
Nah, I don't even know. I think it's I think
weird, like 13.
I think it's like 11 pounds or something like that. But I got 11 pounds for you right here. I got 11 pounds for you right here. Drop my 10. Fail on YouTube. Fail. Check this out, boys. This guy goes here. You'll appreciate how long these clips are when you're doing it on your own. You see, I'm not going too fast. I'm thoroughly explaining it. You'll appreciate them. Most people are watching and have learned this already. Now it's easy for you to teach others. That's what the movement is about. You guys soak in whatever I know. Trust me, when I learn more, I'll teach more. If I knew how to weld, I would teach how to weld. This is what I know. I stay in my lane. I'll show you exactly how this builds tension too. You tighten this 3 suckers up, hand tight. I'm ready. 1, 2, and this guy should have a few more. Boom. Finished, right? You pull this guy right here, it applies the tension, oil pump is done. Finished. So it should look somewhat like this, boys. And that is an installation on a 4-piston ported oil pump with everything brand new. So K20 oil pump chain, K20 oil pump chain tensioner, K20 oil pump chain guide. I hope that was not confusing, and don't forget the windage tray, K20. How you think I did, Trap?
Should like riding a bike, right?
Jesus. Oil pressure switch. Got a fresh sensor here. A little bit of Honda Bond. Not this much. We're just going to roll the thread on it at the back of it. We don't want it to clog up the sensor. So we'll just put it just enough like that. Actually, it's a little bit too much. So we'll clean that up nice and neat. And that's enough. Got a 15/16 wrench. Oil pressure switch. If you don't know what it is, that's the guy in charge of your check-in, your oil light on your dashboard. Make sure this is always plugged in. Make sure sometimes the plug for this also gets scrambled up and gets, you know, a little corroded, and that's when you'll start getting the funny oil pressure, you know, oil light. And it's pretty scary, so you don't gotta kill it. Silicone, the Honda Bond's working too, so it's helping silicone it. And that's it. That guy's on, very crucial to have this always functioning, because it'll tell you if your oil pressure's messed up, if your oil's low. TSM head studs, affordable, they're cheap, and they work great. I'm gonna explain why they're good. Get rid of this box here. I'm not using assembly lube on the bottom. Absolutely not. I want these guys to fully thread in. I cleaned all of these head stud slots here into the block. I cleaned all that thread with brake cleaner and some air. So what's so cool about this is the stopper that it has, so you don't strip the block. It has, come on, I pressed focus. There it is. You see that stopper right here? That's crucial. That doesn't let you over tighten it. You stick those guys in there. Trap it here. Pass them one by one. Now we're just leaving this head stud all ready and done. Now remember, thread by hand first before you actually put the Allen head on it. So we're putting head studs on here because it's the right thing to do. Thread by hand, and then we'll let the Allen head take care of it. So if you're wondering if you should put assembly lube or Loctite again, absolutely not. Let this go in there bare. Pause. Raw dog. Raw dog. Raw dog. Let it go in there. Raw dog. Just have the head studs ready. I don't think you guys need me to explain this part, but basically, yeah. So, well, I explained it. I don't think you want to just sit here and watch me twirl this. So we just tighten these by hand. You know what I mean? I'll do one real quick with you. I'll do one. We tighten this guy right here by hand, and that's it. That is it. Your head studs are installed, and then now when you put the cylinder head on, this is the part that you assemble: the washer and the actual bolt nut, actual nut, not bolt, nut. Well, Gunners, we were literally out of work. Trap, we got nothing to do, right? We're all out of work, man. We're gonna wait for a cylinder head, waiting for the car, stuff like that. We're still waiting for the 4-piston motor, so I guess we'll save that for another vlog. I want to edit this and put it up. Good information on here. Good information on here. Yeah, use it. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment, you subscribe, you share. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You appreciate it, Trap?
I appreciate it, Trap.
We appreciate it. Keep gunning.